Folks, David here on the Vintage Future once again. Hope everybody is doing well. And today I want to talk to you about the myth of clothing that lasts forever. So many times you're going to buy a new pair of jeans or some really sweet boots or a jacket or something like that at a heritage menswear retailer. And in the description, you read, buy this jacket, buy this sweatshirt, buy these jeans. If you get these boots,
you'll be wearing them in 60 years.
You'll be wearing these for the rest of your life. Invest in a shirt that lasts you a lifetime. This is what they're telling you. And it's not altogether a lie. I'm not trying to make it sound like anybody has nefarious motives or whatever, but it is a sales pitch. We know that. And so I'm just trying to explode this myth, especially for those people who are new in the hobby. Maybe you've bought into this myth, bought into this narrative that, you know what, if you get this stuff, it costs a little bit more, and the reason it costs a little bit more is because it's just going to last you forever. Now, it is more durable, it is more hardy, the construction, the materials are better, but ultimately, we're buying this stuff because it brings us joy, not because it's actually a good financial move or it will last you way longer. Yes, it will last you way longer than some cheap boots from the mall, but everything does have its lifespan. Okay, and just like with cars, like we all know, if you have one commuter car, it's going to wear down in just a few years. If you own 10 cars, all those cars are going to last you longer. None of us are thinking about the car that we're driving right now. Oh, I'll just drive this the rest of my life, right? Because we all know it's the same with this clothing. You wear one pair or two pairs and you wear them a lot, 3, 4, 5 times a week. They're only going to last you a certain amount of years, right? Even with boots, you can resole them, but you can only resole them so many times before they don't really work anymore. So yes, if you spend tens of thousands of dollars amassing this giant wardrobe with like 50 pairs of boots and 25 pairs of jeans and a bunch of jackets and shirts, sure, all that stuff could last you a really long time, but that's not most of us. Or if that is you, you're not really getting ahead in life. It's not like you won up life. It's not like you beat the system or anything, because yes, you're going to have clothing that lasts you a really long time, but you did it at the cost of like tens of thousands of dollars. And so you didn't really gain anything. You just traded one good for another good, right? But there are more reasons that these things won't last. Like, even if they don't wear out. Okay, let's just say they don't actually wear out on you. Say they last you as long as you thought they would. There are a lot of other problems in life, because you see, life is not predictable, and life can be very harsh on not only you, but the things that you own. We are all aware of the law of entropy. Everything is always going from a state of order to a state of chaos. Everything is constantly wearing out and degrading. Nothing here on this earth lasts forever. We all know that. It's a scientifically proven fact. As Sound of Music says, the dog bites, the bee stings. This is life in this world. And our clothing does not get exempt from this. So if you think that you're going to be wearing your items from your mid-20s or your mid-30s for the rest of your life, you are counting on a lot of stars to align. You're counting on your dog not getting to your boots and chewing them up. You're counting on your kids not like spilling something on your nice white shirt or on your Icru pants or right on the top of like your natty Essex boots or something like that and putting a giant stain on them, right? You're counting on moths not getting to your clothing. You're counting on things not getting stolen. You're counting on water damage in your house not ruining things, or mold and mildew on a pair of boots that had a little more moisture in them than you thought. You're counting on your style and aesthetic preferences not changing. Do you really think that 50 years from now, you will still like wearing the same exact jacket, the same exact pair of boots, the same exact jeans? Probably not. For some of us, yes. There are going to be certain items that are at the core of your style preferences. I have a lot of those, but are all the items going to make it through that long and me still fully appreciate them? Probably not. That's just how life goes. You're counting also on your body not changing. But we know, science, okay? Your feet change as you get older. The bones and ligaments and everything in your feet tend to settle, right? And your feet usually get larger and wider as you get older. So a lot of the boots that you're wearing right now, they just straight up won't fit when the time comes, especially if you're the kind of person who is always buying your boots to fit really snug. They're just not going to fit anymore at some point. Our bodies tend to shrink. We gain weight. We lose weight. We start to work out maybe and gain a bunch of muscle. Our body shape, our proportions all change. And every time that happens, you have to kind of redo your wardrobe. There are people in this hobby who have already experienced that, and they've only been in it for a couple years, right? And so you might have jeans and boots and a jacket and stuff that have 50 years in them, but you only get to realize 2 of those years because your body changes in that short amount of time. You have to sell it all and start over again. So this whole thing, as far as pragmatics, as far as financial stuff, is really just smoke and mirrors. It's really just all a big farce that we're believing in. And so, why do we do this? In the end, why are we doing this? I think it's time we stop living in denial, stop trying to crunch the numbers, make it all about finances and pragmatics, and justify it and rationalize it and prove that it's okay. I think we just need to start saying the truth. I think we just need to call it what it is and say, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. Because that's valid, right? Like, enjoying something is a valid, legitimate, worthwhile end. That's a good purpose. That's a good reason for doing this. So why do we feel this need to make up other reasons? Why does everything have to be boiled down to numbers and dollars and cents? As if money was the only thing in this world that's worth living for. Like, everything has to make sense financially. Why is that? Why do we think that way? I don't know. I don't know what it is in our minds where, like, money is king. Money is like some sort of a god. It's like, dude, we only have money because there has to be some kind of currency. But the value in life is not the money. The value in life is not what financial sense it makes. It's really the things you get with the money and things that money can't buy, right? It's the people that you love. It's the friends. It's the family. You know, it's the things, the items in life that remind you that you're so alive, right? It's what makes us different from ourselves when we're dead or ourselves before we're born. It's what makes us different from the rocks and the trees. It's what makes us different from even the animals, right? Like, the things that remind us how human we are and how beautiful that is and how alive and invigorating life can be, right? That's life, not money, right? Because at the end of the day, we all know, in the grand scheme of history, our life, each one of us, it's just a vapor. It's just a speck. It's just like dust in the wind. It's there for a second and the wind blows it away and it's gone forever. And the world, the universe forgets that we were ever even here. And so why do we worry so much about, like, the money and stuff? Like, yes, we need it to live on. And we are all blessed with different levels of resource. When it all comes down to it, whether you're the person that can afford the Porsche or you're the person that can only afford the bicycle, it's really about those little things in life that bring joy. It could be just hanging out with someone you love. It could literally be you got new socks. It could be like you got to chew some bubble gum and you love bubble gum, right? It could be something tiny like that. It could just be waking up early enough to see the sunrise and just enjoying that beautiful moment until it passes. And that's the last sunrise that's ever going to be like it. Like, every sunrise is completely different. You can never say 2 sunrises were identical, right? And you got to see that one. And a lot of people didn't, right? It could be something simple like that. Or it could be you get the Porsche and you get the Ferrari and you get the $3,000 custom Shinky horsehide leather jacket, or you have a whole collection of vintage jackets. And then guess what? When you get bored of it, when you're not into vintage leather jackets anymore, when you're not into jeans anymore, when you're not into Viberg or you're not into Red Wing anymore, it's totally cool. Just get rid of it all and start over with some other hobby, because it's really just about what joy it's bringing you, what encouragement, what inspiration it's bringing you in that season of your life. And it is totally okay for some other thing to replace that and bring you that same kind of inspiration and joy, because we live in a vast world, a vast universe, and there are just countless billions and billions of beautiful nuances and aspects and angles and nooks and crannies that need to be explored, need to be enjoyed, right? That's the awesome universe that we live in. And so let's not buy into this myth that clothing lasts forever when we have this desire to idealize it and have the shoes that don't wear out and the cloth that never gets holes in it. What we're doing is we're unrealistically asking for heavenly realities here on this broken earth. And while that might sound great, It's just not the case. This isn't heaven. Things do degrade. And so we have to live with a full awareness of that and enjoy things, not because they last forever, but because we have them in the moment. As I always say, let your things take you places more important than the things themselves. We'll see you next time.